This is an Atwater Kent radio, model 20, set number 4640. And here I have hooked up my Masterpiece horn speaker to this radio.
Watch out for a crash on Fargo News Road near Spring Forest Road. I'm traveling on 40 westbound out of Johnston County. There's some installation in the roadway at the Jones Sausage Road exit, causing a bit of a driving hazard. So slow down through there to be safe. Our next report in less than 20 minutes. I'm Jamie O'Brien, WPTF All Day Traffic. WPTF AccuWeather, mostly cloudy today. Highs in the 40s. Chances of sprinkles over.
This cabinet is in really good condition. Of course, there's a few scrapes and a few knocks and a little bit of paint loss, but overall it's in very good condition. Now this is the left side of the radio, and we can see two tuners, and that little knob in the middle, that is the antenna switch. And these tuners are nothing more than tank circuits. Now this next picture, I've moved it over just a little bit, and we can see the second tuner and the third one. This is a 3-dialer. Now I've moved it over again, and we can see the third tuner and also the two rheostats and the on-off switch that's in the middle below the rheostats. Now these two rheostats control the filament voltage of the tubes. Here's the wiring diagram of this radio, and here are where the rheostats are. And from this you can see that the left rheostat controls the two left tubes, the front end, and the right rheostat controls the other three tubes on the right. Here I have opened up the top of the radio, and you can see that there's a plaque nailed to the top, and here's a much closer look at that plaque. And now I've turned the radio around, and this is the back of the radio. And here is a close-up of the left side. You can see all the connections for the batteries. But the first two are for the speaker, and it's very important to follow these instructions on these old speakers. You don't want to hook them up backwards because you might demagnetize the magnet. We have the ground and antenna connection. Now here's a look at the inside of this set, and you can see the first two coils and the first two tube sockets. Now both those coils are connected to the back of the variable capacitors for tuning, the tank circuits. And back to the wiring diagram of this radio, and this part of the wiring diagram is what we're looking at in this radio. Now I've moved the picture over just a little bit more, and now in this picture we can see the third tank circuit coil, and in front of that of course is the tuning capacitor, and the three tube sockets, that's the detector and audio. And in this wiring diagram, this is the part that we're looking at. If we take a look at the left of this diagram, that's the third tank circuit. Then the other two transformers, those are the intermediate audio transformers. And I have a little bit better picture of that. If you look above the 3 tube sockets, those 2 cylinders, black cylinders, those are the 2 intermediate transformers, audio transformers. Now to the right of the 3 tube sockets, you see what looks like a vertical yellow line. That is the grid leak resistor. Now I'm going to enlarge this picture and rotate it, and now you're able to read what's on that grid leak resistor. It is an Atwater Kent grid leak resistor. Here I've turned the radio over so we can see the bottom of this radio, and you can see that there's 2 labels nailed to the bottom of this radio. And of course here is the enlargement, and on the right hand side, or the right label down at the bottom, you can see that it was printed in July of 1925, so of course this radio could not have been manufactured before that. And these 2 labels are in really good condition.
Member of protest, or should we restore the I don't know about who's on what side, because I don't know about your ancestors, but mine were on both sides of the war.
I'm a Southern boy, true and blue. I'm born and bred. I was born in Wilmington, North Carolina. My adolescence was in Richmond, Virginia, so I can, in my heart and soul, claim the South.
Well, of course, I have, I am the namesake of General Hood, who brilliantly led the Confederate forces in the defense of Atlanta. It succeeded for several hours. But I think that my dad's folks from the mountains were probably Unionists. There's a lot of mountains. Anything that others wanted, the mountain folks said no. But we are not talking about the civil war. What we're talking about is an underlying issue of federal power and state power. Should states have... And then he smiles. Have a Merry Christmas. It's one